Hello friends and welcome. This is going to be fun today because I'm going to share with you and apply products from a makeup brand which has some great products for mature skin, but it's a brand which I feel is definitely not talked about enough. We'll explore these products in just a moment, but before we do, I want to welcome back those of you who are returning. I'm so grateful for your support. And I also want to welcome those of you who might be here for the very first time. 12 years ago, I decided to become a makeup artist who focuses on helping those of us with mature skin look our best, because I felt there wasn't much information out there about how we could adjust our makeup techniques to meet our needs now, and because we were pretty much invisible to most makeup brands, except for anti-aging products. So on this channel, I love sharing makeup tips, techniques, and products that will help us feel more visible, confident, and beautiful. If this focus sounds like a good fit for you, I do hope you'll subscribe before you leave today. Now, let's dive into today's topic. We'll be focusing on products from the clean beauty brand Doll 10. For those of you who aren't familiar with this brand, there's an interesting backstory. Doris Dalton, the founder of Doll 10 Beauty, was a chiropractor and never in her wildest dreams planned to go into the beauty business. But her life shifted dramatically when she developed a rare form of cancer and no longer recognized the woman looking back at her in the mirror after treatment. She lost all her hair and brows and just wanted to look and feel like herself again. Well, at that time, all the makeup on the market was just too harsh for her sensitive skin, so she went to work creating products that could help her feel beautiful again and be good for her skin. Her mission was to develop products that were not only beauty solutions, but which were also powered by clinically proven ingredients. So Doll 10 products contain naturally derived and organic ingredients. They're California Proposition 65 and EU compliant, which means the products are all formulated without 1,300 plus banned ingredients. I have a wonderful array of Doll 10 products in front of me which were sent to me in PR, so I want to thank Doll 10 for sending these products my way. Some of these products are new, some are new to me, and some are longtime favorites. My skin prep included 2 Doll 10 products. First, a product I've been using for quite a while, which I love. It's their Doll Skin Genius Hyaluronic Hydrating Serum with reishi mushroom, which I apply before moisturizer. They also have a new hyaluronic spray serum, which is hydrating, which I've never tried, so I sprayed some of it on my dampened makeup sponge and also applied it before my moisturizer. I hope I didn't go overboard by using both the serum and the spray, but since my skin is desert dry, I thought it would be safe to use both. I have 2 of Doll 10's eyeshadow palettes, Doll Squad 2.0, which is all warm tone shades, and the most recent eyeshadow palette, which is Doll Squad 3, which is a cool tone palette. These palettes are described as talc-free palettes with shadows that are triple milled to silky smooth consistency and formulated with mineral pigments and clay. And clay is an ingredient that boosts pigment and long wear. It lays down evenly and it blends seamlessly. There are 8 matte shades and 4 shimmers, as you saw, and you can of course create a lovely neutral eye look with these colors. But I'm going to go outside my comfort zone a bit and try primarily the bottom row of colors for a smoky eye look. First, I'll apply the lightest shade called Salmon Ted all over the lid and under the brow bone. I also like to get it toward the inner corner since that is such a dark area. Next, I'll go with the shade Lauren, which is a medium-toned cool brown, and I'll put it in the crease and along the bottom outer third of the eye. And for this, I'm using my Sigma E25 brush, which is my favorite crease brush. It has just the right amount of softness and also fluffiness. And as you can see, there's very little fallout with these shadows, which is really nice. I like to apply my face makeup last, just in case there is any fallout, but I think with these shadows, you could certainly apply it first. I want to make sure it's up high enough so I can see it if I look straight ahead in the mirror. And also just going to pat it in the outer corner. To do that, I'm going to use a flatter brush. I'm going to go ahead and create a halo eye today by applying the blue tone gray color Morgan on the outer and inner corner of my eye. And to create a cohesive look, I'll also apply some of this color on the outer 1/3 under my eye. I don't know why I always insist on trying brand new makeup looks when I'm filming. That's probably not the smartest thing I've ever decided to do. Now this is going to look messy, but it's okay because hopefully it will all come together at the end. So I'm going to go on the inside corner as well as the outside corner. Sometimes we just have to trust the process, even though it may feel a little bit uncomfortable and scary. First, I'm going to put a little bit of the brown under the outer 1/3. That's the color called Lauren. And I'm taking just a tiny bit of the shade Morgan. Next, I'm going to apply some concealer to the center of my eye, which will help the metallic shade Nikki that I'll apply in just a moment really pop in that area. Just in the center of my lid. And I just want to blend out those edges a bit with a finger that is free of concealer. Now I'm going to apply the shade Nikki in the center of the lid along with a touch of the lighter shade Angela. This is Nikki and Angela is to the left of it. To brighten the inner corner of each eye, I'll go with the shade Kavya, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Then I'll combine the lighter shade Serum with just a touch of Lauren and blend it along the top of my eyeshadow toward the eyebrow to create a much softer gradient color. Then I'm taking the very lightest shade and going along the edge. Then I'm going to use this deepest shade along the outer corner of my lids, just to add a little bit more drama. And that darkest shade is called Arabella. I'm going to use that also as my eyeliner, and I'll apply it off camera along with my mascara. I've always loved Dalton's Effort Lash mascara, but I was really impressed with the new Lashadelic, which I use today. The Lashadelic is described as a rich black mascara that provides extreme length and volume. It's infused with a blend of mushroom extract, shea butter, and natural waxes to condition lashes. And it's water-based, so it's easily removable, which helps prevent lash breakage. I really like how this looks. I also want to mention that Dalton has some great eye crayons, which come in 18 shades. Some are matte and some have shimmer. 3 of my favorites are the shade Confidence, which is a deep matte brown, Bravery, which is a shimmering soft pink, and Gratitude, which is a matte ivory, which I also love using as a highlighter. Here are swatches of these 3 eye crayons. I'm going to be using a new product as my face primer. It's Dalton's TCE, which stands for This Corrects Everything, Green Cream. This product is designed to hydrate, blur, and temporarily conceal the appearance of redness and imperfections, while also color correcting and providing a smooth base for makeup application. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like, it's very creamy, and it is definitely green. Okay, feels a little odd to be applying this, but it does cancel out the redness, that's for sure, and that's what complementary colors do. It goes on really easily and smoothly. Okay, that felt really good. And by the way, I don't think I showed you this earlier. This is the Lashadelic mascara. Now for foundation. I have Dalton's Skin Perfector foundation and their Super Coverage makeup. If you're looking for a foundation with a stronger coverage, the Super Coverage makeup is really wonderful. They also make a Luminous Super Coverage foundation, which might be my best bet for my dry skin. But since I don't have that particular foundation, I'm going to go with the Skin Perfector. I have the shade Light. It's a skincare and makeup hybrid, which gives medium coverage, but to create a little bit of glow, I'm going to mix in some of my Say Beauty Gel Highlighter. Now, I've never mixed these two products together before, so I'm hoping this works out. The Doll Skin Perfector is on your left, and the Super Coverage Makeup is to the right. And here's the Say Beauty Highlighter, which I'll be using. Okay, we'll see how this works. Fingers crossed. And I'm just going to pat it in first. Oh, adding the Say Beauty highlighter definitely gave some glow, which is nice. Otherwise, if you like a very natural finish, that's what the Perfector will give you, which I also like on occasion, but I'm in a phase of glowy makeup right now, as you probably can tell from some of my recent videos and some that are coming your way. And now I'm going to buff. For my under eye area, I'm going with Doll 10's Luminous Under Eye Corrector in the shade Rose Quartz. And over it, I'll apply concealer in Fair Light and then tap on some of Doll 10's Pink Power Brightening Treatment Powder. I really like using the Sigma 4D HD Precision brush just because of the shape. And as you can see, the corrector is really light and brightening. And then I'm just going to press it in with my fingertips. It's really nice and creamy. This corrector comes in 2 shades, and I have the Rose Quartz. And this is a concealer in Fair Light, which again I'm just going to pat in. I'm going to bring it down a little bit lower. I just like having a little bit more light in that part of my face as well. This is super creamy feeling. I really love how it blends in so easily. Feels wonderful on the skin too. So here's the concealer I used and also the Doll 10 powder, the pink powder. And this is one of those containers that has netting on it so you don't get a huge wad of powder, which is always helpful. And I like to just press it in. This is to prevent creasing. And the pink also brightens that under eye area. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a concealer in the slightly deeper shade Light to cover up age spots and discoloration on the rest of my face. The concealer is described as illuminating, color correcting, and skin nourishing, which also helps to reduce puffiness. And once again, it has this sponge tip applicator. So I'm just going to dot it on where I need it the most and then press in. One other thing about the foundation that I love is that it feels extremely lightweight on the skin. I really don't feel like I'm wearing foundation, and we all know how helpful that is. A lot more discoloration and age spots on this side of my face, which I think makes sense because when I'm driving, this is the side that is hitting the sun. I'm grateful we have tinted windows on our car, even though we've moved to a northern state, because where we bought the car in Arizona, I think it's almost standard to put tinted windows in, which makes a whole lot of sense down there, but it's also nice to have up here. Now I don't have Doll 10 Serum bronzer, so I'll quickly apply my Westman Atelier stick bronzer in the shade Biscuit. It's a great way to color your hair as well, I've found out, unfortunately. This is such a wonderful bronzer. This is really a natural shade, and it blends in so easily. Gives just a little bit of definition. And then I always like to take my foundation brush and just go over things a little bit. For blush, I'll apply this beautiful cheek flush cream in the shade Wine Flush, and I'll use the shade Radiant Flush as my highlighter. This is a liquid-like cream blush that really melts into the skin for a very natural look of soft focus color. And the ingredients include vitamin E, coconut oil, and ginseng extract, and it can be used on cheeks, lips, and eyes. Let me swatch both of these for you. This is the cheek flush in the shade Wine Flush, and this is what Radiant Flush looks like. As you can see, the Wine Flush is much sheerer and lighter than it looks like when you see it in the compact. And the Radiant Flush is right underneath it. Maybe you can see it better if I do this. Because these are so sheer, I'm just applying them with my finger. And you can see how they just instantly blend in. I also like to apply a little bit of it above the eye. I think it just makes everything a little more cohesive and go a little bit over the brow too. Really, this color is really nice, soft. Cream blush, of course, does have a tendency to melt into foundation, so I usually like to layer it. And now I'm taking the highlighter over it. This is really pretty. You can see how that adds just a really nice, soft, radiant look. For lips, I'll first apply the Doll 10 Self-Sharpening Lip Liner in the color Head Doll, and then I'm going to combine several of their lip products. Doll 10 eyeliners and lip liners are self-sharpening, which I think is absolutely wonderful. I really appreciate that. All you need to do is screw on the lid and then click it one more time and they sharpen. So I'm screwing it in, and then to sharpen it, did you hear that click? They do have some lovely butter balmed lip tints, but I'm going to go ahead and first apply their 3-in-1 lip color stick in the shade Release. And here are a couple of their butter balm lip tints. These have a lovely shine and they feel really wonderful on the lips. And here's the 3-in-1 lip tint that I'm going to be using. These 3-in-1 color sticks have the color of lipstick, the shine of a lip gloss, and the nourishment of a lip balm, and feel really wonderful on the lips. But to make the look a little deeper, I'm going to apply the Lip Lock Color Serum in Date Night. This lip lock serum is smudge proof and was developed during the pandemic so it could be worn under masks. Since Date Night has a matte finish, I'll apply the Lip Lock Serum in the shade Clear over it to create more glisten. Now this clear shade adds glisten, but once it's added, the lip lock crayons are no longer smudge proof. But since, as you know, I love a glowy look, I'm going to go ahead and apply the shade Clear over the lip gloss serum. To finish off the look, I'll apply Doll 10's finishing powder in my T-zone. And here's the final look. If I had to choose my favorite products out of all the ones that I've applied today, I'd have to pick the Hyaluronic Hydrating Serum and Super Spray, which really felt wonderful on the skin. And it also does a great job of locking in moisture. I'm a huge fan of the Doll 10 mascaras, both the new Lashadelic mascara I tried today and their Effort Lash mascara, since they work so wonderfully on sensitive eyes like mine, and they also do a great job of providing length and volume. My other top picks would be the Doll 10 foundations and concealers. They feel lightweight and wonderful on the skin while also providing some excellent coverage. And I love knowing that all the ingredients are good for my skin. I also really enjoy the eye crayons because they're so convenient to use and because they're so creamy and easy to apply. And as I mentioned earlier, the eye crayon in the matte shade Gratitude is a great multitasker as a highlighter as well as an eyeshadow. In fact, I'm going to use Gratitude as a highlighter right now. I like to do it here to try and minimize the look of my marionette lines. Like to bring it up under the eye to help lift the eye. Down the center of my nose. See how easily that blends in? And right here. And the Cream Cheek Flush products, which I used as blush and highlighter, just glide on and melt into the skin, which I also love. And I must say that the under eye corrector along with the concealer does a really nice job under my eyes. Thank you so much for giving me the gift of your time today. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you've tried any Dalton Beauty products, I'd love to hear what your experience has been with them. Until we see each other again, I wish you good health and happiness, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.